You guys got time for a few vibrant migrants?
Here come the vibrant migrants, like water from a fire hydrant. Open your door, this an enrichment shipment. But I'm sorry, the time has come to go home.
Haitian woman going viral after she told CPS that her home is not in poor condition for the children when they came in to inspect.
Inside of my home, I'm talking to a police officer, therefore let me go ahead and abide by accordance. Can I do that? Thank you very much. So this is my home, in which they, excuse me, I'm on the camera now, so I don't know if you want to appear. The CPS lady said she doesn't want to be on the camera. Okay, they said they wanted to see my kids. I can't open the door and let the kids run around so that you can yell at me for letting the kids run around. You understand that? Okay, so go ahead, Miss CPS, come on in. You're free to come in. Excuse me, honey. They're children. Please don't get angry. All right, my food. What is wrong with my food? Why is the camera on my food? Okay, the food is in front of you, and I will open my fridge. I do not know you. Give me a second. You have to slow down. My fridge, my sink, the bathroom is in the back. Okay, take a second. Excuse me, honey. There's people. Back up, back up. This is mess because it's an efficiency, so therefore the kids need activity to be, activity.
This is not very safe. And
that's safe. This is mushroom. This is mushroom. This is cereal. You know why I have the box of cereal out here? And in the backyard there's a playground.
She sounds schizo.
And there's sun in the backyard, and I am a broke mom, single mom. In which I can already right there.
Make sure there's no knives in the house, please. I don't want to get on a train next to this woman.
Right there, the bed on the floor. Please come check the bed. Please come check the bed. Okay.
Dude.
Please come check the bed. Please bring your tools, because you just called me dirty, and you just called me a horrible mother. Please get inside my home.
Where would they get that idea that you're dirty?
Get inside my home. You just called me dirty and a horrible mother on a Monday morning or Saturday, whatever it is. The shower over here, because I'm Haitian, and we don't shower the way you shower. Please hold yourself. So therefore, we shower right there, outside underneath the sun. And we have pool days and outside days and toys in the water. And then there's a trampoline in the back. And what we do, army training. No, we don't use the shower. The shower is just for presentation. Because I'm Haitian and I shower outside. With a box of food in which they lie. That's where they play because they're children. And I can also sleep outside as well. Due to the fact that this is my backyard in which I pay rent for. Okay, I'm going to step outside. Go ahead, step outside for your supervisor now.
Where do you get the rent money from, out of curiosity? You pay rent? Don't you mean I pay the rent?
They're with me in my efficiency home with a playground in the backyard and a box of food outside and where we shower outside. Please don't call your supervisor. Make it quick. I don't have all day, nor do I have all morning. Let me close the door.
Yeah, she's clearly a very busy woman.
But I'm sorry, the time has come to go home.
19 men arrested over child sexual abuse. This was published yesterday on the BBC. And this is for alleged offenses taking place between 2000 and 2009. Now, they don't say the names of the men in either of the two articles I looked at this morning. So your guess is as good as mine as to how many Mohammeds there might be in there. But again, this is historical abuse from the grooming gang scandal when it wasn't being investigated. And whenever I see stuff like this, like I did this debate with a guy called Jangles the Science Lad about the grooming gangs years and years ago. And his whole thing was like, how many rapes was there? How many? Is it an epidemic? How do you justify the use of the term epidemic? And I just kept saying like, well, it's clearly in the thousands, which is a lot of rape. And, sure, an epidemic. I'll say it. You know what I mean? And he's like, how's that an epidemic? It's thousands. It's thousands of rapes. And since that debate, there's been like so many more arrests of rapes that took place during that period. Nobody really knows the full scale and scope. Nobody knows. But also it's like, how many does it have to be for it to be a problem? This is just like another day in Kirklees, Calderdale, and Bradford.
But I'm sorry, the time has come to go home.
Illegal immigrant allegedly kills county board member and wife in fatal DUI crash. You're never going to guess what happened. It's an illegal immigrant. I was going to say it's an Indian truck driver, but hold on. This is like a Mexican guy just killed somebody. It's not an Indian truck driver. That's a different one. So here's the guy who died. So a drunk Mexican, this guy who's here illegally, killed those people. I thought it was Indian because this video, they're talking about the Indian truck crash that happened. I watched a little bit of this. This is a different crash.
You have ICE agents out there, to your point, you will abuse them, spit on them, punch them, have this tracker to find them, to protect illegal immigrants from staying in the country. And by the way, these aren't always the best and brightest.
But I'm sorry, the time has come to go home.
Meanwhile, in England, a donkey was raped shortly after an influx of migrants from an extremely poor country in the Middle East. At least 175 Afghans were placed in the village of Watchfield overnight and secretly by the government under the ARAP program. The local donkey Jeanette was gang raped in her paddock. She now lives under 24/7 CCTV protection. I saw this tweet, right? So Elon said that like it's dangerous in England, and some woman who lives in like a 98% English village was like, this is total codswallop. What a load of codswallop. We were talking about how white is England at the start of the show, if you missed it. And there's a very big difference between rural towns and the cities, right? The cities are where all the Muslim enclaves are. And then you have these rural villages that are like super white and probably like very pleasant places to live, generally speaking.
They've been like sort of living their lives quietly. They're like hobbits. Frankly, so it's in fact, J.R.R. Tolkien based the Hobbits.
There was this knife attack on Saturday on a train. Some African dude stabbed 10 people in England, and I said it's like the British are like known for their civility. They're known for their sort of timidity, really just like their mild-mannered civility. They are like hobbits, and then you have these orcs running around
On people he knew. In small town England, because they were just like lovely people who like to, smoke their pipe and have nice meals and everything's pleasant. The hobbits in the Shire. So he was talking about, places like Hertfordshire, like the Shire is around in the Greater London area, Oxfordshire type of thing. But the reason they've been able to enjoy the Shire is because hard men have protected them from the dangers of the world. But since they have almost no exposure to the dangers of the world, they don't realize that they're there until one day, 1,000 people show up in your village of 500 out of nowhere and start raping the kids. This has now happened God knows how many times in Britain.
Right. And so he's talking about the grooming gang rapes, which is just an objective, verified fact. Like we just looked at a story from yesterday of 20 men who were raped for participating in that kind of activity. And there's many, many more stories of that, I promise you. This one's like, where I live, it's fine. This guy says 175 Afghans were placed in the village of Watchfield and they raped the donkey. And then that guy, Drew, he posted a link to the story here. So appears to be a true story. My daughter has a pet donkey on her godmother's farm. They each adore each other. She particularly loves my daughter playing her saxophone to her. Look at this white people shit. This is some peak white people shit here, playing your saxophone to the donkey. We're not the same.
But I'm sorry, the time has come to go home.
Asylum seeker jailed for sex attack on woman. An asylum seeker launched a sex attack on a woman has been jailed for more than 3 years. Wow, harsh penalties. Fawaz Asaluma, 33, strangled and sexually assaulted her under a bridge. She was walking home from a night out in the city center in the early mornings when she noticed the 33-year-old following her. Al-Samu, originally from Syria, admitted sexual assault and strangulation, and the judge at Newport Crown Court said it was a horrible attack and warned him it was highly likely he would be deported at the end of his sentence. Oi, mate, you better watch it. I've got half a mind to send you back where you came from after your 3 years. Dude attacks a woman walking home at night, strangles her and rapes her. That should be a death penalty. I would give the death penalty for crimes like this. Okay, not all rapes would a little bit of date rape, a little bit of he said, she said, that's different. Yeah, sending him back to Syria would be a better punishment than just even putting him in jail for 3 years. He's going to spend 3 years in jail forcing white people to convert to Islam. I can barely sleep and I have nightmares relating to it. I'm working to get over it, but this isn't something you can just recover from. She did not return to work for 3 months because of the anxiety of being in public. The time I had to have off work caused additional stress in my life.
But I'm sorry, the time has come to go home.
kidnap rape hell of woman abducted by Afghan man and his 3 friends, beaten and used as sex slave for a week and forced to have her tormentor's name tattooed across her stomach. This one was published on October 30th. A young woman who was kidnapped and used as a sex slave by an Afghan man and his 3 friends was forced to have her tormentor's name tattooed across her stomach. In 2023, the then 21-year-old was kidnapped, gagged, and raped for several days by her ex-boyfriend, a 33-year-old Afghan man named locally as Jaser A. They don't even give you the identities of the perps in a lot of these cases. Again, this should be death penalty for him and his friends. Just an execution. It doesn't have to be cruel and unusual. We could just hang them. Jaser reportedly met up with the victim before holding a knife to her throat as his 3 friends emerged and ambushed her. The 4 men then forced the young woman into a tattoo parlor where she claimed she was made to have her ex-boyfriend's nickname, Elias, tattooed on her stomach in large cursive lettering. After getting the tattoo, the victim said she was taken back to her apartment where she was abused and raped continuously by Jaser. He repeatedly hit, bit, and kicked me and filmed me, gagged and half naked. The ordeal lasted 7 days until a SWAT team stormed her apartment and rescued her from her captors. I was lucky enough to get my phone back and contact my parents. Is there anybody who disagrees that this should be like a death penalty kind of offense? A week of torture, rape, and kidnapping and gang raping?
But I'm sorry, the time has come to go home.
German court orders Afghan who killed toddler in knife attack into care, October 30th, 2025. German judge ordered an Afghan national to be sent into psychiatric care after he fatally stabbed 2 people, including a toddler, 9 months ago in an attack that shocked the country. The man, identified as Enemula O, killed a German man and a 2-year-old in January as he attacked a kindergarten group in the western city of Aschaffenburg. Killed a 2-year-old. He's now been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia and deemed not criminally responsible. He'll be taken into psychiatric care.
But I'm sorry, the time has come to go home.
Mohamed Samek, ex-international hockey player who claimed his wife stabbed herself to death, jailed for her murder, Friday, October 31st. Mohamed Samek jailed for the wicked murder of his wife, with the judge saying he shows no remorse. You can always play the blame game. You know what I mean? Who gave women the vote? Men did. You know what I mean? The blame game is a waste of time. What we need to do is just fix the problem. So repeal the 19th, kick out the nons, protect the women from themselves. Problem solved. Mohamed Samak, 43, stabbed Joan Samak, 49, 6 times at their home. But his wife was white, by the way. He stabbed her 6 times, and then he told the police that she stabbed herself. Nobody does that. Nobody stabs themselves 6 times as a way of committing suicide. He was found guilty after a retrial during which police found new evidence of hidden bloodstained clothing. A jury at an earlier trial had failed to reach a verdict. Prosecutors told the court Samak had killed his wife, a successful interior designer, because he was suffering financial problems and had become interested in another woman. He believed his wife, who was the main breadwinner, would leave him after problems in their marriage. He was given a life sentence with a minimum 21-year prison term. The couple met in 2011 when Miss Samak went on a trip to Egypt. Samak was an employee at the hotel she stayed at, and they conducted a long-distance relationship before marrying in 2014. All paid in full. Stupid woman.
But I'm sorry, the time has come to go home.
And in America, Roberta Areola, an illegal immigrant landlord in Western North Carolina, has just been arrested after beating one of his tenants to death with a baseball bat. The victim died protecting multiple women from Roberta.
And Dave, witnesses say that the suspect is actually a landlord. They believe the person hit a tenant with a baseball bat.
He was trying to protect me and his women at the time. And that is a woman who appears to be white. Me and his women. So what, was he a pimp? There's something more going on to this story. Oh yeah, look at this. This is some extremely seedy situation. Meth and prostitution, and I think everybody involved should be arrested probably. Yeah, this whole site should be nuked from orbit. I can tell you, I guarantee you there was nothing good happening at this place. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say the guy he killed will not be missed. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the world is probably a better place without the person that he murdered. Just a hunch.
But I'm sorry, the time has come to go home.